That's interesting. It says, so you may remember the big box of records I went through in a previous video. There were just too many though, so let's finish them off now. Just measuring the height of the records in the box, about that amount. So it's about 4 inches of records, or 10 centimetres. First out is Master's Voice, Irish Mambo. Not desperately interesting. Dreamboat, Alma Coogan on the other side. Quite a modern deck here. Song of the Sea, Winifred Atwell. Yeah, well, not very interesting really. Parlophone, Lonely Heart, Ron Goodwin, and Blue Star on the back. Nice deck of sleeve. Brunswick of the Andrews Sisters, Sabre Dance, and Heartbreaker. I quite like the Andrews Sisters actually, even though they're really quite modern for me. Musical Memories Part 1 and Musical Memories Part 2 on Imperial, in an Imperial sleeve. That's nice, that's the sort of thing I like. Nice old Imperial here. It's got a big crack in it though, unfortunately. Sunny Boy, and there's a rainbow around my shoulder. I mean that might play actually. I might have a go at fixing that one, but it's a relatively tight crack. This one is Tiptoe Through the Tulips with Me, Radio Rhythm Boys. Again, I think that's got a crack in it. I think I might have this one anyway. Painting the Clouds with Sunshine. Yeah, pretty sure I've got that. And this one, When Callahan Cooked the Cock-a-Doodle-Doo, Jack Lane, Comedian with Orchestra, and That Crucian Feeling. I've no idea what that's about. It's not cracked. It's a little bit of warping on it, but it's not cracked by the looks of it. A Guardsman record sleeve. That's interesting. Maybe there's a Guardsman record in there. I'm not sure I've got a Guardsman record, but they're pretty old actually. They're from around the First World War. Let's Have a Party Part 1 and Part 2. That's going to be Winifred Atwell on Phillips. Nice modernish Columbia sleeve. Record not so interesting. Nice Edison Bell record, or Winner record. Quite like these. Got lots of these actually. Good Old Songs Part 1 and Good Old Songs Part 2. So this is, it says Public Hall Recordings, Scalar Players and Singers. The Columbia, but I think, yeah, that's vinyl. And this is another Columbia. I Saw Mummy Kissing Santa Claus, but it's got a crack in it. Yeah, there's a crack all the way through there. That's a shame. I'm going to have to go through all these afterwards and check very carefully for cracks and chips and stuff. The Mercury record, Georgia Gibbs, Cry, and My Old Flame. That's got to be a pretty late 78, I would have thought. MGM, Bewitched, David Rose and his orchestra, and Moon of Manacora. Don't know either of those. That's interesting. It says Metrolite non-breakable under normal use. So it appears to be a 78, but presumably is not made of shellac. That's interesting. Don't think I've got one of those before. This is Cuban Love Song on Victory 268, and the reverse is in German. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. That's quite nice. Another Edison Bell winner, but I can tell that's cracked. That's a shame. The bit's there though. I think that's going to be a super glue job. Let's put that to one side. Little broadcast record here on the Dole, humorous sketch. On the Dole, part 1 and part 2. On the Dole is UK slang for receiving unemployment benefit. This is by Sandy Powell. Imperial record again. That's smashed. Nice sleeve, new official price, 10-inch. Yeah, that's a shame. That's another potential super glue job. It's got the bits in there. I'm going to put that to one side too. These were apparently rescued from the wild. I think they came out of an old lady's loft. She was downsizing and gave them to a neighbour who was into selling stuff at car boot sales or something like that. Little Eclipse record in an Edison Bell radio sleeve, Wheezy Anna. I can't read the other side. Roy Leslie, I think, on both. This is an Edison Bell radio, Olga Florrie Ford. And he loved her, who did, he did, where. That's a rather odd title. But that's also Florrie Ford. Now Florrie Ford is worth having, I think. Sonophone record, The Twin, When the Sunset Turns the Ocean Blue to Gold, Mr. Ernest Pike, I'm Wearing My Heart Away for You. Yeah, that's quite nice. I might have that one already though. Nice Piccadilly in a Piccadilly sleeve, so that's the second one. Feels intact. Dancing on the Ceiling, Foxtrot, Jock McDermott and his new Charlton Players. And Dear Dear, this is on Piccadilly 690. That's rather nice. I do like a nice Piccadilly. This next one's got a bit of a bent sleeve, so we'll see if the record's bent too. Little Puddin Basin, Gracie Fields, and Around the Corner Gracie Fields in a quite nice Sinclair sleeve. Well, not that interesting, but I do like a nice picture of a gramophone on a sleeve. I think we're okay. I think the bent sleeve doesn't indicate a bent record. An Imperial in a Sinclair's sleeve. In fact, the last one was a Sinclair sleeve too, but just different. Dick Henderson, Good Night, I'll See You in the Morning. And I Don't Care What You Used to Be, I Know What You Are Today. That feels like it's okay. And that's quite an interesting sleeve actually. Teddy Johnson on Columbia. Yeah, looks very late for me. Not desperately interesting. The Andrews Sisters, Jack Jack Jack. And I can't read that one actually. Too Fat Polka. So I don't know either of those, but I'll probably give it a play. Very modern looking Columbia in a Phillips sleeve. Ruby Murray. Yeah, not very interesting to me. Burlington Bertie, Ella Shields, Comedian. Nellie Gray, also by Ella Shields, Comedian, on broadcast. Well, this is in a Fruitiers and Florists paper bag. Looking at the phone numbers there, they're quite short, so that's from a while ago. And it's Edison Bell Radio, El Capitan March and Washington Post March. Yeah, okay. Another of those Imperial sleeves with a new official price on, which I've never seen before. And this, let's see if I can see this. Call Me Back, Pal of Mine, Percy White tenor. I Thought You Loved Me As I Loved You, William Thomas tenor. Not so interesting. Next up is this interesting looking Decca Personality Series. Never come across that before. Guy Lombardo, Getting to Know You, and Hello Young Lovers. I think it's Canadian recording, possibly. Certainly Canadians on it. Yeah, that's interesting. Quite a late Capitol, Dean Martin. Yep, not really me. Accordion duet, old English airs. Over the Waves, also accordion duet. Yeah, not fantastic, but yeah, quite nice, I suppose. Feels like there's multiple records in this bag. This is Teague and King Limited, Eastleigh. I Shall Remember the Pavement by the Pavement Singer. Just got those down for a moment. Wanderer, yeah, doesn't look very interesting. Bing Crosby, How Can You Buy Killarney? Quite scratched actually. It's not me really. And the last one in here doesn't want to come out. Okay, right. It's a Columbia. Goodbye Joseph Locke tenor. Yeah, that's not very exciting. Oh well. I think the most exciting thing about that lot was the bag actually. Records are definitely getting a bit dustier down here, and I can see the remains of some spiders. Got the Bench, Got the Park, the Connecticut Collegians. Not familiar with this. Just a song called Home Sweet Home. Maybe. There's Something in Your Eyes, The Ambassadors 12. This is on Eclipse as well. Only Just a Memory. So Eclipse here, Chewing Gum, and I can't read that one there. That's quite nice. That's a different Eclipse envelope there. The Man from the South on Edison Bell Radio, Harry Hudson's Melody Men, Oh Ya Ya, could be quite good. Broadcast here, Tiptoe Through the Tulips with Me, and Painting the Clouds with Sunshine. Now we've had that combination I think already, but whether it was on a broadcast I can't remember now. Philip Ridgway's Parade, excerpts from a recent broadcast. Vocal. This is on Eclipse, part 1 and part 2. I mean, for historical purposes that might be quite interesting to listen to. Might be able to date that one quite accurately. Little flexi disc. Now that I'd say probably dates to the 80s. Interesting that that's in there. That might indicate when these records were put in this box. Columbia, Let's Have a Party, Joe Stafford and Frankie Lane. But it's an American one, which is interesting. Feels a bit warped to me. Yeah, that's a nice find. It's a bit late for me, I should think. But there's quite a few American records in this box, which has been nice to find. Old Sol Mio, Enrique Caruso. Well, I probably have this one, but even so, nice to find. This is some Beethoven by the BBC Symphony Orchestra. Sort of record I wouldn't normally buy. This is bits of Carmen. Again, not really what I would normally buy. Yeah, definitely getting down to the 12 inches at the bottom now. Progressive Barn Dance, All Change. Dashing White Sergeant. That feels quite dished. Londonderry Air, the Hell Orchestra, and Fantasia on green sleeves. And that finishes it off. What else we got in here? We've got Hall & Co Limited bags. Difficult to know when these date from, but they can't be that old. So despite finding a Guardsman sleeve, there was no record to go with it, unfortunately. So that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.